Okay, so I found something to make a video on. The video that I watched is called We Asked Models What Their Ideal Man Needs to Have. Rational Male Clips. 2 million views. It's like 27 minutes long. The thing that... Goddamn, sorry. I've been vaping weed. The thing that this made me think about is... Basically, this whole video is showing that basically all of the women that would be considered to be extremely hot or pretty or anything like that have in their mind that they want X, Y, and Z in a man, and that basically that's 0.1% of the population in some of this, shit. And like, as a result of women seeing what is available, they're withholding sex looking for the hotter dude. At least some percentage of women apparently are doing this. I don't know if I believe that all. Really, we'll get into that, but I do kind of believe it. Like, this is a thing happening culturally, and I think it's like caused by fucking Tinder. Honestly, this video sounds like a lot of shit that I say. But the thing that occurs to me basically is that this fucking shit with men and women and their idea of what the other should be, this has started breaking down for various reasons, and that this is the cause of the trans movement. Like, they didn't say that in this video, but all of this shit that they're talking about how women treat men, and how men really treat women, too, as a result of porn, is abysmal. And, like, it's created these swaths of people that are just, like, doing whatever. I think that's a lot of these trans people. There's more to it than that. Like, I don't really know why there's like this like evil push to trans all the kids or whatever, but it might be because they want to have a society of people that aren't going to like shoot the place up. As unrational as that may seem to the conservatives of you in the audience, but I guarantee you there was some thought at some point, deep, dark in the rich money, that, well, if you castrate them, then they won't shoot up the place. Personally, I reject our society. I reject women. And, the men that I occasionally have sex with are fun. And I look for relationships with trans women because they're like a real human being that looks to have a real relationship with someone. I don't think that's a solution for everybody. The other solution for men is to go make a shit ton of money. Or, now there's various other things. I'm not going to get into that. There's ways to attract women, but basically none of them are legal, safe, good, fun, or possible on some cases. Like, some of them is just not possible. Like, also, this whole fucking, like, thing with these men talking about all of this and everything, it's like they completely reject the idea that men or women are attracted to someone for any reason other than they make fucking money or they are fucking classically beautiful. I've been in love a couple times in my life, and neither time was it with someone that was classically beautiful or made a lot of money. In fact, both times they were penniless. Near penniless. I'm not a big fan of our society's view on sex, romance, dating, relationships, or any of this. Like, there's no love in our society. There's no romance, really, even. Like, as someone that, like, I long for the 1700s in ways that most of you won't understand. I'm like a romantic at heart. Like, I like candlelight. Yeah, it causes a lot of house fires, but gee, it looks cool. And, it's hard to be that in the 21st century. Like, the times that I've tried to love, I usually get burned. Like, in reality, according to that video we just watched, it seems like the thing that's causing this is porn on the men's side, and then social media on the women's side. Various forms, but everything from Tinder to Facebook. Because basically, women are using social media to date and look for sexual partners. And that's crazy to me. I used to have a very big social media account. And I had 2 or 3 women that fucking hit me up on there just because I had a lot of followers and it looked like I had a lot of money. I think that's very interesting. And I didn't ever pursue anything with any of those women, to be honest. There was one in Arkansas that I would have, but she was kind of shy and we just never linked up or whatever. And then Jesus, I don't even know. I don't want to get into the one that I actually dated. I dated someone who is known on social media and that is bigger than me. And yeah, it didn't end well, basically. I was looking for love and romance and forever. And yeah, they did some shit to me on Valentine's Day that made it to where I didn't want to speak to that person anymore. That was the last woman I ever dated. I honestly think it will be the last woman I ever date. I don't know. Maybe I'll meet one that I like someday. But I doubt it. Like, at this point, she'd probably be kind of a lesbian chick because I'm really femboy a lot now. Like, I'm femme as fuck. But to be honest, I didn't really care for the way I looked before. So, if I don't like the way I look, how is any other person ever going to like me? You know, you have to like yourself first. And, there's some of that in all of this, man. Like, it doesn't matter really how much money you make. It doesn't really matter how many fucking women you bang. It doesn't matter. A lot of shit doesn't matter. The things that really matter in life are free. I'll add on to this that, like, I don't know, I was thinking about making this a separate video, but maybe we'll do it as a separate video someday too. But I was going to make a video on the concept of samurai sex, which is how I've always done things with women. I literally do not fuck you the first time that you try to get me to fuck you. Basically, never. I'll make out with you and send you home. This drives women insane. How dare you not want me? Blah, 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 blah. It drives them even more insane when you do it a second or a third time. And then on like the 4th or 5th date, when you finally give in to sex, I make them beg for it. You know? This is how samurai fuck. I don't care about me fucking. I can go jerk off. It matters not to me. Or fucking just not fuck. In either case, I'm not going to engage in a relationship with a woman that thinks that she can just initiate sex with me. This is unacceptable. One of those things like, if you would like to initiate sex with me, you should know me first. We should be on a first name basis, probably. You should probably have access to my house in some sort of a way, and you should just show up there naked. You are allowed to initiate sex then. You know? Men don't fucking have any rules like this at all. Men are just sluts. Like this is a real issue. Is that men are fucking sluts. All of them. It's fucking hilarious. They don't view themselves that way. And I really think this is, I'm trying to understand the female to male people. The female to male transgender people, because they don't really fit into this. They may be their own thing for all I know. But a good portion of the male portion of this is there's a bunch of guys that have not had access to women in a while, and they've been watching a lot of porn, and the porn that they've been watching occasionally has chicks with dicks in it, and there's some percentage of the audience that were like, well, that looks like fun. And there was some percentage of the audience that was like, oh God, I'm a chick with a dick. And like, this is like all caused by porn. I view that as my view now. I don't know how that could not be your view, but like, at least the wider cultural phenomenon. That's what I'm saying. Like, for my own self, like, I had some of these issues already, but I don't think I would have ever fucking come out as transgender if there wasn't a giant movement behind it. And I don't think there would have been a giant movement behind it had there not been a bunch of porn made of it. Like, this is part of the thing, is that there weren't transgender people to make porn of before, I'm going to guess before the mid to late 2000s. Not real ones. Like, the first transgender people that I can ever remember seeing anywhere in anything is like Buck Angel and Serena Valentina, and that was like in 08 or 07. And it was one of those things like, when those became a thing that you could go see, I think it opened up a lot of people's horizons. There's probably a good solid chunk of us that were already into this shit anyway, because I remember the stuff that was around from before then, porn wise, and it sucked. They were not hot. It was a bunch of men wearing really slutty clothes. Like, just flat out men, flat chested men with big dicks, dressed like a stripper in the 1980s. That the times they are a changing, I guess. And the thing that we don't see is, we see that as a change in porn, but then that filters into the real world. And like, this is where, back in my day, we didn't have no trannies in schools and the Navy and whatever. Well, back in your day, there wasn't 80 billion people watching porn every day, and a solid chunk of the population cutting their dicks off and shit. And like, I don't know. I think that we should keep the fucking children away from the porn. How about that? I think we should not let kids alter themselves surgically in any way before they're 18. Like, maybe that's a little harsh. We could probably, like, make a fucking, like, hey, man, if you need surgery for X, Y, or Z, like, you know, that's an extreme statement. Any absolute's kind of extreme, but, like, Buck, man, there's no kid on earth that can make the decision to cut their dick off. That's not a thing that you can do. And this is like, I don't know, just common fucking sense. Anyway, this is what that video made me think about. I don't know the solution to this. Like, the solution to this is a return to, like, Christianity on a nationwide level and some sort of enforced monogamy or some shit. Like, that would solve it. That is the solution that was done in the past ages to solve this very problem here. You know, it always ended up in some sort of, like, religious cult that came to power and said that everybody had to be married and making babies and whatever. And, like, I think we're going to get some fucking Handmaid's Tale shit happening here in the U.S. This is the future that I see now, is they're going to fucking make it to where all of, like, the powerful men are married to transgender women and use birthing people to birth their fucking babies for them. And, like, you're going to not be second-class citizens. You're not going to be citizens. You're going to be birthing people. And that's only until the birthing pods come. Once the birthing pods come, then, you know, I don't think there will be women at all. And, you know, this is the future we have to look forward to, thanks to y'all being hoes and not dating ugly men. See you guys later.